On AV, Access Vegas, thank you very much, every Thursday. The woman on the left of Troy didn't understand the message in movies like Barbie do affect our thinking. Then why has the media been ruining franchises? You know, it's funny you should say that, 2-bit user. I was trying to get that out. The producers of media believe in social constructionism. They do, but my point should have been this, and I of course, there's so much crosstalk, and then I'll lose a thought, right? I lose my train of thought when it's like this back and forth and shit. It sounds like this. Wait. It sounds like this.
Tell that bitch to be cool. Say, be cool. Be cool. Say, be cool.
That's Access Vegas. That's basically Access Vegas, or it was last Thursday. But when that's happening, that cacophony, that you're going to lose your train of thought. Sorry. My train of thought was this, though, at the time was I should have pointed out, like, if you look at shows like the all-female version of Ghostbusters, or even like Star Wars, like a beloved franchise, the nostalgia factor. I mean, that's basically what Barbie was the nostalgia factor. And movie producers know that people are going to go watch it because it's the Barbie movie. Remember Barbie? Fuck yeah, let's go see it. Feminism, patriarchy, fuck Ken. Right? It's. Can we use nostalgia because if the woke, if that element, whatever you want, I don't care who you think it is, but if that element really was trying to do something like creative, like original, nobody would go see the movie. No one would care. Oh, it's a movie about aliens and private eyes and mercenaries and blah, blah, blah. And then all it is, it's like something you've never heard of before. Maybe you give it a chance, maybe you don't. But then you do that, and all it is just smuggling ideological wokeism into it. You wouldn't go see that, but you would go see the Barbie movie with all that crap, smuggled in. There's a concept, and I think it was the guy from Rationality Rules who brought this. He coined this term, I think. Pretty sure. It might have been, maybe it was Christopher Hitchens or Richard Dawkins, but it was called Jesus smuggling. And so when somebody wanted to argue for or against the existence of God, and it's like atheism versus creationism or something. They wanted to argue the points of atheism or something, and then they would bring in there would be this really good rational conversation for the first like 20-30 minutes, and then suddenly it becomes this like, I'm going to witness to everybody in the crowd, and it was basically what he called Jesus smuggling. And that's one example of smuggling. So like Barbie is smuggling, it's ideologically smuggling in feminism and patriarchy and all this wokeism and all the messaging, all this leftist messaging, all of this, very, progressivist messaging that goes into it. But you wouldn't go see it if you didn't have the plastic veneer of Barbie on it. You wouldn't go see a movie that was about all of those ideological ideas if it didn't look like Star Wars. You wouldn't go see a movie that was expressly about like that wokesy progressivist bullshit if it didn't look like Transformers or something you were familiar with. So it's smuggling in, it's nostalgia smuggling, I guess. It's like ideologically trying to force fit the shit in there. It has nothing, like they'll have the unnecessarily character because that's part of the smuggling. The plot doesn't hinge on whether or not there's a heterosexual couple or a homosexual couple. I'm looking at I've been watching Foundation, which I really like because it's Isaac Asimov, but like the way that they do it, it smuggles in a bunch of it smuggles in. And again, I don't care if you're gay or you're not, but the fact that those characters are it makes no sense in terms of the plot. It could just as very well have been like a male and a female instead it's a male and a male, right? It could be that the plot doesn't hinge on that. And so the idea is, instead of, we want everybody to normalize this and think about this, that's just smuggling that ideology into what would otherwise be a great space opera, a great fucking story. But it's unnecessarily like thrust into that. Again, whether the aspect makes no difference. the plot doesn't move along as it doesn't hinge on that.